Welcome to Lesson 1 on percentage. I'm Ms. Raji, and today we are going to really understand what percentage means, how to convert it, and how to calculate with it. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to do three things: convert between percentages, fractions, and decimals, find the percentage of any quantity, and express a part as a percentage of the whole. Let's get started. Before we begin, here is a thinking question. A popular toy shop sells a toy for $30. During the holiday season, it gives a 15% discount, then a further 10% reduction on the new price. How much does the toy cost in the end? Think about it for a moment. We will come back to this question at the end of the lesson. Look at this big cake. I am going to cut it into 100 equal pieces. Watch carefully. There, 100 equal pieces. Each small square is one piece of the cake. I am going to color some pieces with icing. Tell me, what fraction of the cake is colored? I am coloring 25 pieces. What fraction is that? 25 out of 100, which simplifies to 1/4. Well done. Now I color 25 more, total 50 pieces. What fraction now? 50 out of 100 equals 1/2. You are seeing the pattern. Here is the key idea of today's lesson. The word percent literally means per hundred. It comes from Latin. Per means for every. Cent means hundred. So 25% simply means 25 out of 100. That is it. Percentage is just a special fraction where the denominator is always 100. Once you understand that, everything else in this topic makes sense. 25% equals 25 over 100 equals 1/4. You see percentages everywhere in Singapore life. Your report card, 85% in maths, means you scored 85 out of 100. A shop sale, 30% off, means for every $100, you save $30. GST, 9% means for every $100 you spend, you pay $9 extra in tax. Your phone battery, 20% left, means 20 out of 100 units of charge remain. Percentages everywhere. And now you are going to master it. Here is a quick check. Look at this lemon pie. It is cut into 8 equal slices. One slice has been eaten. What percentage of the pie was eaten? Think about it before I show you the answer. Here is the working. 1 slice out of 8 slices is the fraction 1/8. To convert to percentage, 1 divided by 8 times 100 equals 12.5%. Well done if you got that. Now we move to part 2, conversions. Percentage can be written as a fraction or a decimal. At psle, you need to move between all three forms instantly. The good news? There are only 4 conversion rules to learn. Rule 1, percent to decimal. Divide by 100. Shift the decimal point 2 places to the left. 35% becomes 0.35. Memory tip: percent is bigger, so dividing by 100 makes it smaller. Rule 2, decimal to percent. Multiply by 100. Shift the decimal point 2 places to the right. 0.08 becomes 8%. Memory tip: the decimal is small, so multiplying by 100 makes it a percent. Rule 3, percent to fraction. Write the number over 100, then simplify. 40% equals 40 over 100. Both divide by 20, giving 2 over 5. Remember, percent literally means over 100. Rule 4. Fraction to percent. Divide the top by the bottom to get a decimal, then multiply by 100. 3 over 4. 3 divided by 4 equals 0.75. 0.75 times 100 equals 75%. Quick check. Convert 0.625 to a percentage. Is it A, 6.25%, B, 0.000625%, C, 62.5%, or D, 625%? Think carefully before I reveal the answer. The answer is C, 62.5%. To go from decimal to percentage, multiply by 100, shift the decimal 2 places to the right. 0.625 becomes 62.5%. If you chose D and wrote 625%, you shifted 3 places instead of 2. A simple check. Any percentage over 100% means more than the whole thing. 625% would mean 6.25 times the whole. That does not make sense here. Now here is the most important table in this whole lesson. These are the special percentage, fraction, and decimal pairs that come up again and again at PSLE. If you memorize them, you will save precious minutes in the exam. Let's go through them one by one. Here are all 10 pairs. 10% equals 1/10 equals 0.1. The most basic, 10% of any number is just divide by 10. 20% equals 1/5 equals 0.2. Double of 10%. 25% equals 1/4 equals 0.25. Very common, 1/4 of the whole. 33 1/3% equals 1/3 equals 0.333 recurring. Warning: do not write 33 over 100. You must write 1/3. 50% equals 1/2 equals 0.5. The simplest, half the whole. 66 2/3% equals 2/3 equals 0.666 recurring. Again, do not write 66 over 100. Write 2/3. 75% equals 3/4 equals 0.75. 3/4 comes up very often. 80% equals 4/5 equals 0.8. Think of it as 100% minus 20%. 100% equals 1 whole equals 1.0. The complete amount. 125% equals 5/4 equals 1.25. More than 100% means more than the whole thing. Special warning for these two. 33 1/3% and 66 2/3% are not over 100. You must write 1/3 and 2/3. This is a very common PSLE mistake. Do not fall into that trap. Now we move to part 3, finding a percentage of a quantity. This is the most common type of percentage question you will see. There are 2 methods. I will show you both, and you can choose the one that works for you. But honestly, knowing both makes you more flexible, and flexibility wins marks. Our problem: find 30% of $240. Let's see both methods side by side. Method 1, the fraction method. Percent means out of 100. So 30% equals 30 over 100. Multiply by 240. 0.30 times 240 equals $72. Method 2, the unitary method. 100% is $240. So 1% is 240 divided by 100 equals $2.40. 30% is $2.40 times 30 equals $72. Both methods give the same answer, $72. Let me show you one more example, step by step. Find 15% of 80 kilograms. Step 1. Identify what we want. We want 15% of 80 kilograms. Step 2. Convert 15% to a decimal. 15 divided by 100 equals 0.15. Step 3. Multiply by the quantity. 0.15 times 80 equals 12. Step 4. State the answer clearly. 15% of 80 kilograms is 12 kilograms. Step 5. Check using the 10% shortcut. 10% of 80 is 8. 5% is half of that, 4. 15% is 8 plus 4, which is 12. It matches. Correct. Quick check. Find 35% of $60. Is it A, $18, B, $21, C, $24, or D, $25? Work it out before I show you. The answer is B, $21. Method 1. 35 over 100 times 60 equals 0.35 times 60 equals $21. Or using the shortcut, 10% is $6, 30% is $18, 5% is $3, so 35% is 18 plus 3 equals $21. This strategy is simple. And once you know it, you will wonder how you ever did percentages without it. The idea, find 10% first, just divide by 10, and then build everything else from there. Watch how every common percentage becomes easy. Let's build the whole table from 10% of $80. 10% divide 80 by 10 equals $8. This is your base unit. 5%, half of 10% equals $4. 1% divide 80 by 100 equals 80 cents. 20%, double of 10% equals $16. 25%, 10 plus 10 plus 5% equals 8 plus 8 plus 4 equals $20. 30%, triple of 10% equals $24. 35%, 30% plus 5% equals 24 plus 4 equals $28. 15%, 10% plus 5% equals 8 plus 4 equals $12. 75%, 50% plus 25% equals 40 plus 20 equals $60. See the pattern? Everything builds from 10%. You never need to do messy decimal multiplication. You just add and have. Speed round. I will give you a percentage and a number. Find the answer using only the 10% shortcut. No formula. Ready? Go. Who won 30% of a $150? 10% is $15. 30% is 3 times that, $45. Q2, 15% of 240 grams. 10% is 24. 5% is 12. 15% is 24 plus 12 equals 36 grams. Q3, a 25% of $360. 25% is 1/4, so 360 divided by 4 equals $90. Q4, 35% of $80. 10% is 8. 30% is 24. 5% is 4. 35% is 24 plus 4 equals $28. If you got all 4, that shortcut is now part of your PSLE toolkit. Use it every time. Excellent work today, everyone. Let's recap what we covered. Percent means per hundred, always out of 100. There are 4 conversion rules between percent, decimal, and fraction. Memorize the 10 key pairs for PSLE. Use the fraction method or the unitary method to find a percentage of a quantity. And the 10% shortcut makes mental calculation fast and easy. Remember our thinking question from the start. After a 15% discount, the toy costs 30 times 0.85 equals $25.50. Then a further 10% reduction, $25.50 times 0.90 equals $22.95. The final price is $22.95. Well done if you got close to that. For more practice and live lessons, visit Kicci-sg. See you in the next lesson.